What's going on, you guys? This is Trent here at Rexburg Motorsports, here to do another machine walk around with you. Now today we're going to talk about Honda's CRF250F model. This is an awesome beginner trail bike and a great bike for learning the ropes on how to tackle the trails. All right, you guys, so a couple years ago, Honda revamped their entry-level full-size trail bike. They went from the CRF230 to this excellent CRF250F. Now, Honda really brought out the goods when they brought this machine out. It had an all-new frame, it had updated suspension components, it had disc brakes front and rear, and it had a new fuel-injected 250 motor. Now, this fuel injection is an awesome addition when you consider where we are here at high elevation in our Idaho area. This fuel injection is going to ensure smooth power delivery. It's going to ensure easy startup, and you're never going to have to worry about how your bike is going to be running, regardless of what elevation and what temperature changes there are. This fuel injection system is going to account for all of that and make sure this thing is running and starting as it should. Now, Honda was the first manufacturer to bring that feature out in this entry-level trail bike segment. So this is going to be something that is going to be excellent and keep resale up on these CRFs even longer than what it already was. Now, you've got a 1.6 gallon fuel tank on this bike, and 1.6 gallons on a fuel-injected 250cc motor like this is going to keep you playing for a long time without having to worry about fuel. One small feature that I really love about this fuel tank is actually the gas cap. The gas cap on this is awesome and something that I actually wish that they'd put on their motocross bikes. But this gas cap has a click feature, so you know you're not going to over tighten it and having to break out the pliers to get it off. One thing that I've seen with the race bikes is a lot of the times you'll tighten that fuel tank down so that it won't, leak on you, of course. So you kind of crank it down. And then when it comes to refueling, it's about everything that you've got to get this thing loose. You're not going to have to worry about that with the CRF250F, because as you tighten it down, it's just like your car gas cap. It's got the click feature. So you're not going to have to worry about really cranking on this thing. It's nice and easy. That's one small feature about this Honda that I actually really love. Now, when it comes to suspension, this has got excellent show of components. You've got 8.5 inches of suspension travel in the front and 9 inches in the back. That's a lot of suspension travel, and this suspension is highly tuned for that plush trail feel that you want from this machine. It's going to absorb all that chatter, and it's going to keep your ride very comfortable. Now, this is very soft. So if you are getting a little bit more aggressive, you're going to find the limits to this suspension pretty quick. But for those slow trail rides and for that trail chatter, this thing is going to be very hard to beat when it comes to comfort. You've got a little over 11 inches of ground clearance with this machine at 11.3. And so that's going to keep you getting over those logs, getting over those rocks that you'll come across on the trail, nice and easy without having to use this skid plate too much. So that's going to be a nice thing that this Honda provides as well. There's a lot of ground clearance and that additional skid plate. Now, curb weight on this thing with full tank of fuel, all fluids and everything, you're just over 265 pounds. But with the low center of gravity that this bike has, you're not going to feel a lot of that weight as you're moving. Now, this is going to be a heavier bike, and so it is set up for a bigger guy or a full-size adult rider. Now, another thing Honda updated when they went to this 250F model from the 230 was they went to disc brakes front and rear. This used to be a drum brake on the 230, and that's gone in with the hydraulics. So that's going to be an awesome brake setup. And I'll tell you, this brake setup is going to give you all the braking power that you're going to need on this 265-pound machine. Now, when Honda put out this 250F model, they also updated the styling and went to the styling that they had going on their full-size motocross bikes for 2019. And I'll tell you, on this bike, it makes it look sharp. This is probably one of the best looking trail bikes that you're gonna see as you're out on the trail or as you're walking around the dealership floor. Honda really knocked it out of the park when they brought this machine out. We'd love to show you this and get you out on the trails on your own Honda. Come and check this thing out here at Rexburg Motorsports, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you would, consider hitting that subscribe button, and again, thanks for watching.